How about now? Can you hear me now? I had the mic turned off. All right, good deal. Yeah, new feature, integrated mic into the webcam, so I don't have to do the headphones, and of course I forget to unmute it. Such is life, right? Alright, that first layer. There we go. That looks a lot better. I don't know why that first round was looking horrible. Alright. So, what everybody up to tonight? Anybody got some prints going? By the way, the on the other side there, the Costal Linear Plus is ready to print. So if anybody's got any suggestions during the stream, we could throw something on there. I'll get the camera adjusted a little better, kinda. But then once this one's done, this one says it's only going to take about 40 minutes for that air duct. So you can throw something else on there too. Yeah, this is just kind of a printer, people gathering, hangout, fun time for all kind of a thing. May throw in doing some Octoprint setup because I got my new Pi in, but one of the printers is having a little bit of an issue connecting, so we may have to rebuild it anyway. So we might end up doing 2 Octoprint installations. One old, one new. So get this JST connector going right. One down. Hero Boy egg plotter. Yeah, I would have done the phone stands, but we ended up having I don't know if they've got them anywhere around here, but it's called a 5 and below, where practically everything in the store is like $5 or less. But they had some really good like tech stuff in there too. I've got my Apple Watch / phone metal stand. It was like, I think that one was $4. Works great. But I printed a few stands, but it just didn't seem to work out right. Mainly because it was even before I got the ANET. My actual first printer was the M3D Micro, the original little blue cube thing. That build volume is so small. I mean, only what, 4.5 inches, if I remember right. So I couldn't really print a whole lot of anything, no matter how you kind of orient it. Too small for my phone, so mainly did an iPod stand. Sold that for like $5 way back then. Still fun, but it's just such a small printer. These little JST connectors are so small. Really hurts to not have the right tools. I'm probably going to butcher your name, but Nidal, you can have bubbles in it. It depends on the humidity in the area. You would hope that they vacuum sealed your PLA or any filament for that matter really well by drying it and then putting enough desiccant to have it do that and keep moisture out. But the desiccant doesn't dry out filament once it's already got moisture in it. But for hopefully cheap, depending on your area, I got a little food dehydrator I can show you guys later, but I just cut out the center rings, glued the sides together to make a solid wall. And if I've got any weirdness, I just throw the filament in there for a couple hours and then print with it later. My PETG, almost every print before I even use it the day prior, I'll put it in there for 12 hours and then just get it the next day and then just kind of go on. I've been printing already almost all day with this this batch of PETG, so yeah, if it's really moist, you'll hear it popping quite a lot. Huh. A high-heeled shoe phone holder. That's interesting. I didn't even know they made one like that. I gotta say, over the last couple of years, I've been really amazed at like some of the designs that people are coming up with. Some, you know, a little more impractical than others, but still all pretty neat. Yeah, no problem. PLA doesn't usually absorb that much, but it still can. PETG is a lot worse, though still it doesn't absorb too much. I don't have any nylon yet, but I know that one is horrible about getting or taking on moisture. I mean, that thing almost has to live inside of a dehydrator, really. I've got a spool of flexible, but I haven't tried it yet. I've heard it can absorb quite a lot as well, but I mean, I've got a food dehydrator, so if I need to catch it up, I can. But that should hold. Get put some heat shrink on that just to make sure that there's no problem. Strands of PETG flying around here in the space. Alright. Sure, I guess. I don't really have any of my settings dialed in at all for flexible, but yeah, we can try it. Got any ideas? Something generally appropriate, since this is supposed to be kind of a friendlier channel. I mean, yes, we're all adults, but you know, just in case the kids want to hop in, you know, since I am a dad, let them come in. I know my son keeps getting after me all the time. When do I get my own 3D printer? So Sorry, just cutting a little bit of heat shrink tubing to kind of go over connectors a little bit. Give them a little bit more strength before I fully commit to it. Come on, slide on. getting caught on the little metal tab, but I don't want to push too hard. Rip the wire out. Come on. Yep, and it just ripped the wire out. So it'd be better with JST connector toast. If you are ever going to mess with some rewiring, besides having the actual JST crimpers, which I still needs to, I'd say get one of these little packs. I'll try to see if I can find the length and link it, but I think I bought this one off of eBay. It's got a bunch of the connectors, and it's got 2, 3, 4, and 5 wire capable. Been really handy to clean up a lot of the wiring here. Just wish I had the right crimpers to do it proper. The link doesn't want to open, right? Check this out. What are you doing? Oh, welcome. Thank you for the subscription. Come on, pull it. Oh, interesting. See if I can flip over real quick. So yeah, it's an interesting. Are the shoes connected together? They look kind of like they are. That way, it's a pair that are always together, not where it will fall apart anytime soon. Well, Robert, I hope maybe we can. You got any specific things you want to try to learn about? Maybe we can help out. That's nice, King. Hopefully, I don't know, maybe the wife is going to want me to print that too. SN28, got an SN40. Yeah, I need to, I mean, right now I'm just using a pair of Gerber. It works. Not the greatest, but yeah, it works. Provided you can line it up right. But yeah, Robert, if you got any specific questions, go ahead and post it. See what we can do. This thing is so small. that first crimp, it's always the most painful. And once you get it, everything else just kind of lines up. Major part on that one's done. Let's get the little inner piece. I'm glad I stopped to double check this, otherwise I would place the JST connector into the housing and not had it crimped correctly to even get a good contact. That would have made fan operation probably non-existent at that point. No, it's not stock firmware. I actually just finished upgrading it from 118 to 119 like 2 days ago or so. So yeah, it's running Marlin new. Plus I put the Ultra Bass on it. I've got a couple other tweaks around it. I need to do a motherboard cover because I never have, but let me see if I can spin this camera over a little bit. So it's right there. But I got all the electronics. I've actually got two power supplies. The factory one is actually running the Raspberry Pi underneath and running the LEDs, and then I got the upgraded 30 amp supply on the back, or further back, that's running the rest of the printer. I've got the mains switch covers so that they do that, and a Wi-Fi power plug so I can remote turn on and off. Got the what is this, poster board? It's that foam board stuff from the dollar store. Got that on two of the three opening sides with Velcro just to kind of make a walled enclosure. Let's see. So I already got the MOSFET for the bed. And then I'm working on doing the, I can pull it up, but it's the ANET to, or the, yeah, ANET A8 to Mark III adapter. You got to print out all this stuff to basically do a Mark III style hot end. So I wanted to give that a try, see what all the rage is about, since that'll be the kind of the birth father of the ANET. So let me get this pulled up real quick. There it is. Jump over. So yeah, printing all that. So it's got where you can use almost all the stock parts. I've already got the Mark 8 gear that I ordered, but I've already got the bearings, and then it's like a bunch of printed parts to get it going. Then they got like all the rest of the little pieces, so that's what we're printing now. And then I've already printed the bodies, so I'll go, yeah, there we go. So I've already got, doesn't fit great, but I mean it's the first attempt anyway. So, but I've got the main housing with the E3D clone, and then the extruder housing, so they'll go together. The big 15 blower fan will go right there. Extruder motor will go right here on the front, and then go into the, oh sorry, into the geared section. It's already got the Mark III like dip down for flexible filament, so it's not the brand new that they just put out, but it's close. Yes, Randy. I would definitely say. So you recently replaced the main board on the A8 using stock firmware. The ANET bed sensor, but replaced the heat bed with Anycubic glass top. Yeah, that's actually what you're looking at is the Ultra Base on mine as well. But it was mainly just for the print surface. I was already running glass with PEI sheet for a while, but I upgraded to Marlin way back. I would say probably 1.12 or 1.13. And I've kind of done, I had it on that for a long time till 1.18 came out. And then now that 1.19 it's on there, but yeah, definitely I would say go Marlin so you can re-enable the thermal runaway protection more than anything else, because they just turn it off. It's just the weirdest thing. Hey, no problem, Scott. I know the remodel's taking a lot. Yeah, Skynet was the offshoot of Marlin to give you a lot of good features, and now all those features are back into regular Marlin. So you can go with the mainstream, just the default 1.19 or even 1.18 default script, and most everything is already good with the thermal runaway protection and a couple other good balances for stock setup. And then of course you could just tweak from there for whatever you want. I want to try to look at the linear advance for it, but I mean so far it's been cranking out the prints pretty decently. I don't know what all of a sudden changed, but it was giving me craziness about 2 weeks ago. I couldn't get anything PETG to stick like at all. PLA no problem, turn around, put it in PETG and nothing would work. And then now, I mean, I've been printing all day with this PETG and like almost no stringing. The parts are solid. It's crazy. Yeah, King. I could never tell whether or not it was running through Octoprint video because sometimes it's not that high quality. Because that's actually a PyCam. But yeah, I just took a little white one of those chalk paint markers, and I just drew a straight line so I could see if it was spinning. We can do a vase. I mean, I've only got the PLA on it right now, but I mean, yeah, we could throw it on there. I was mainly doing the rewire for the Tronxy so I can actually get it up tonight, Scott. I mean, this thing is driving me nuts that I keep getting distracted and keep forgetting to like put it all back together. You don't have to laugh at me that much. It's not nice. Yeah, I know, right? Speaking of which, this is the kind of the one, not with the yellow tape on it, but it's kind of a half semicircle, and it's got 3 openings, one right here, one on the front and back. Kind of like that. And let's do the. Yeah, little. Let me see if I can get better. Yeah. So it's got the 2 blowholes over here and this one because I just need to get it up and running. I just want kind of tired of it being down and out. Just see, like Randy, like specifically on the A8 due to 119 or what do you mean? Welcome, David. Wow, Scott, you're not printing? You Feeling okay? Don't worry, I know you've been doing the remodel. I get it. All right, where's my heat gun? Came on blood cold. There we go. Best $7 investment at Fry's that I think I've ever gotten. Little tiny heat gun, works great. Does wonders for all this little heat shrink tubing. Down. All right, one fan down, one to go. Okay, between stock and Marlin, good clean first layer. Really and truly, from stock setup to Marlin now, it has been better, but I think more of it has to do with my knowledge of how to get a good level across the bed, the temperature to use, and then the distance for a first layer, especially depending on the filament type itself. I think that has a little bit more to do, for me at least, than just Marlin versus stock. But consistently, since I can configure Marlin to do what I want it to do with the E-step calculations, the XYZ step calculation as well, I've been able to have a lot more dimensional accuracy, but it's from being on Marlin that I can adjust it to make it better. So in that regard, yes, I would say Marlin would definitely be a leg up on it. Nadal, what do you mean? Tronxy or Roxo or Rocco? Just trying to find a way to do it with end stops. Oh, sorry. This blue inductive sensor. Oh, I don't use, the only printer that will have auto bed leveling of any kind will be the ANET. When I swap over to the Mark III in, because I've got a BL Touch and I've already got the BL Touch adapter that'll drop in that pinda hole. So that's going to be the only auto bed probe. Everything else is all purely manual. Oh, well, sorry. The console has it built on like separate mini sensor probe, the V2, but you only do it for the initial bed leveling and then you drop it up top. You can't do it right before a print because of the way the probe works. You actually have to take it off of the hot end. So that one technically is not doing a auto bed leveling, it's just doing a bed level store and then it pulls from it to do a print. So hello Minnesota Maker, sorry, trying to catch up on all the chats here. 8mm 5V, 2mm, 6mm. Yeah, King. Even that's what I mean. Like, I'm gonna be stepping into something new because I've helped a couple people set up their BL Touch, or 3D Touch, the clone version. But yeah, but that when I first got it, I thought I was going. I got Marlin installed, then I was just crashing into the bed. I could never figure it out. And now I know what to do, but back then I bit off more than I could chew on that one. Wow, bed leveling to the X5S. What you gonna get? What style are you gonna use? Hey, no problem, Randy. Speaking of Marlin, though, it's a little hard to see, but right there is the wood maker farm. I went from Marlin 1.00 that they supplied, got it all the way up through the craziness of the last few streams to get it all the way up to 119. And yes, Scott, I got it going. The problem that I have now is after I did a first print, I shut everything down for the night, got up the next morning, and now it constantly thermal runaway. I don't know what's going on. So I kept trying to adjust the timing, the threshold. And keep in mind it's got ABS in it because it's a 3mm printer, and that's what the guy gave me. But I wiped it or reflashed it back to the factory 1.00. Nothing. No issues whatsoever since then, and I can't for the life of me figure out what happened all of a sudden. But right now it's just kind of irritating me because all the Kapton tape that I put around the nozzle is like peeling off and falling into the print, and it's just that, and because it's ABS and out in the open right now, I kind of made a makeshift postal box enclosure, so I'm gonna try that out later. Let's see, gonna be the tester form. Oh, nice. Maybe check the resistance of the thermistors. 118 worked okay. I guess I got a little too aggressive and wanted to go 119, so just as a desperation because it was really irking me, I just went all the way back to factory 100 and got it back up and running. So now I know at least the baseline piece works consistently. So now I'm gonna adopt it back, yeah, to 118 since that worked, and just roll with that. Something is different core level in 119 that I can't find what the setting is. But yeah, Rover, all the thermistors work fine on previous versions, but 119, it just... Oh, Scott, I did say 118. It just... I wanted to verify that since I knew the factory works, to just put that on there just to go, okay, well, if I guarantee that one works, then I can build back up from there. And it was more out of a frustration before I threw the printer across the room. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking of, just maybe leaving it on 100 and just roll with it, because it's 3mm filament. I don't have but 2 spools of ABS anyway, so it's not like it needs to have the newest thing to print, so why not? Yeah, I know, right? MC is gonna make a comeback constantly. Oh, those are too long. I gotta trim those. Oh, you know what? I didn't even look. It's on erasing 39 of 313.
Are you freaking kidding me right now? It's been doing this all day long.
I know. I don't know what is going on with your phone or Windows. It's one of the two. And I think...
So I should just plan on not even having my phone the whole day then.
Well, you got an iPad.
The iPad is so slow.
Alright, well, I mean, I can cancel it, but all the stuff's still on your phone. But it makes it easy because I've already... Well, I don't know. I don't think it downloaded it, but I don't know for sure. But it says it's supposed to erase after it downloaded. So now that it's in the erasing plot, then it should have already finished downloading all those videos. Do you want it? I mean, I can give it back to you. You sure? Because it'll probably, I mean, it just jumped up to 40, so. But it's got 300 to go. Sorry, my wife's iPhone is acting stupid crazy. I tried to import all of her videos, and then it just kept locking up. And then it was locking up my computer even. Couldn't figure out what was going on. I had moved most everything by hand. And now it's on the videos, and I kid you not, it has been transferring only 300 videos for going on 6 hours, and it finished transferring. I don't know how many it said were in error, but now it's doing the erasing after the transfer, and we did that over 40 minutes ago. It had already got to that phase, and it's only on item 40 of 300 right now. So I don't know what's going on. Well, it's not just because it's an iPhone. I mean, it's the new iPhone 8, so it shouldn't be having that many issues. Mac and trash. Full of jokes.
I'm so sorry.
Okay. Hold on, guys. Let me, I'll be right back. Got to deal with a family issue. Alright, sorry about that. Can't wait to get my new office done. Yeah, I want to see your new office too. Nadal, the MC is just like the artist. It's a hammer. Specifically, MC hammer. Quite hilarious. I need to print one. Hang it up next time. One JST. Let's get the other. I wonder if it's ever bad that if you take a 3D printed hammer to hit a 3D printer, if that's ever like maybe ever taken as self-destructive suicide behavior. Sorry, I know that was a bad joke. I was trying to make a comment, it didn't work. The thought process went a little too slow there. Like focused on trying not to cut myself or squish this JST the wrong way, because then I gotta go get another end. I already messed up. No, I haven't tried any of the Amazon Basics filament yet, mainly because every time I get ready to buy some, either another part comes up that I need more, or I forget, and then I just buy something else. I do want to try some, and yes, Scott, I need to buy some of that pry line too. I want to really, like, I mean, I know you sell most of it, and you tell me it's great. I've seen the great prints. I just need to pull the trigger and actually do it. Come on. Ooh, is it done? Oh, yeah. Damn, that looks good. Wait for it to cool. Hate that part. I think I got all the other parts printed out, where all I need to do is really just do the assembly per se. I'll have to go over the instructions to see if I missed any other parts for this build. But it's just kind of an ongoing project. Did see just the other day as I was looking for the Trunksy part that guy that made the Pet Fang, he actually made one for the Mark III, I guess due to overwhelming people asking about it. But then in finding that video, there was he actually commented on this other guy who did it on his Ender 3, if I remember right. They said the cooling for the Pet Fang versus stock on an Ender 3 was just like crap. There was like almost no difference, mainly because it's using this cheapy little radial fan, and he was like, no, you need to go to the 5015, that way it actually works. What's up, Bubba?
I was wondering how can
Wait, just make sure you don't go right here. Yeah, what's up?
How can you do the other part instead of saying ocean wave?
Oh, you do kids bedtime. No. 2 is the ocean waves. 1 is the lullabies.
Okay.
So whichever one you guys want tonight.
Kids bedtime.
Yeah. And then like this is all I'm using. It's just a chalk marker. And then literally like I just take it and I just draw from center point and I just draw kind of a line here. Make a line in the sand. Oh. Yeah. So just put a little line on it so that if I get a chance, you know, if I'm looking at it through the webcam, I can see some kind of motion just to make sure. Ooh. Yeah, I need some boxes. You gonna do like a gleam or set up your first stream and then go, hey, I'm gonna sell it? Kind of a giveaway, or what? How are you thinking of doing it? Crazy. Those 2 are on. All right. Let's see. We'll do a little soldering here in just a minute. Okay, those 2 fold. Excuse the mess here. If you ever go by Harbor Freight, definitely get some of these magnetic bars that I was showing you earlier. Those things are quite awesome to hold the tools. It's not bad. Huh. I'm gonna solder on the other ends to the fan. fan, so now I can actually just quick disconnect. That way, if I need to change the setup from this fan to the other fan, then all my other ones already have the tip, so that I can just... Should have done that a long time ago, but you know. You live, you learn. So that's a really tight fit on that. I just noticed that my little Streamlab thing is not running. Little chatbot. Knew I forgot something. Love you. Come on, guys. Oh yeah, the kids love those bracelets. That was awesome. Next thing though, I just need to make them bigger. They thought it was really cool to have something. Of course, they love anything that I print, really. But yeah, that was an awesome suggestion. Thank you so much. Bunch of little tools and stuff all over the place. Yeah, be just inside the frame there. Let's see. Scale the on demand about 8%. Yeah. Oh, yeah, sorry. Sorry, here we go. There. See what I'm doing right here. Yeah, do you guys want me to throw something else on the print? Got two printers, one white PETG, one white PLA. I know, so boring. I should swap the camera so you can see what you're doing on the screen. Yeah, I know. That's what I just did. Now you get it in stereo. Little B and a big B. Alright, so we need... Really need to get one of those helping hands, print one out for the wiring. greatest of techniques, but you know what? I'm making it work. Kind of. All right. One down, one to go. I think the smaller image is better quality than the large image. Yeah, probably. Because it's kind of zooming it out. Let's see. Probably still not going to be too much better overall. Let's see if I can get it to focus. Let's see if that's any better. I know it's not great, but I am a pretty good distance away. Yeah, it's a brand new webcam I got off of some guy. $10. It's got a pretty nice couple set of features there. Got the auto zoom, mic built in. I was really surprised that he was willing to let it go for so cheap. Ooh. I don't like about these AST cameras. Plastic is just so thin that when it gets hot, the connector just goes crap. The pin starts moving. Seriously? I forgot the heat shrink tube. Where is the end stop? Dang it. Switch. So I took off the old original factory end stop to put on a different print assembly that didn't quite work out well. Now I need that plastic piece for the end stop and I can't find it. Of course. That's how it goes. Weird. Well, isn't that lovely? Alright, so gas place. I guess just in case you're wondering, this is a bucket of not so much failed prints, but prints that ended up not using or upgraded from. So I got spares of a lot of different things. So if people are needing something, by all means, just I don't mind sharing what I've already printed as long as somebody is kind of willing to pay for shipping, then you guys can have the parts. Ah, there it is. Okay. I didn't think I got rid of it. Okay. Got that. There's this screwdriver. Alright. Oh, that's the those fans. There it is. All right. if anybody's got any questions or comments, hangouts, whatever, shoot it on over. We got something we want to try to print while I'm reassembling this head. We got 2 open printers. And yes, God, I'm sure we could do another base. But do we want to? That's the question. Just do 2 screws for now, just to get this thing up and running. I really gotta get at these screws, parts organized. This stuff is like everywhere. It's a mess. X5S printing. Yeah, me too. Well, I mean, I could swap out filament if it really comes down to it. I've got. What do I have? I've got pink, Pokemon yellow, Hulk green, glow in the dark fluorescent green, and then like a clearish glow in the dark green, some royal blue, a little bit of black, a little bit of white, or like the clear white. What's this? The PLA Plus gray, which I was thinking of doing that with the hammer. I need to get more colors, but of course, got to get more funds too. That should be good enough at least for tonight. There's the little radial for that. There it is. Start the hammer. Yeah, I know, right? Alright. I don't know, honestly, right offhand, if I saved the link. If you don't mind, go ahead and send it to me again, and then I'll throw that in there real quick. And yeah, maybe we could just print the hammer. I feel like some of these printers, like especially this one, has been like a non-stop project. This thing is definitely taking time. Of course, a lot of it was just me and OCD me not getting along. Wanting it to look a certain way, feel a certain way, do a certain thing. Alright. Yeah, I guess it's Oh, just as a side note, because I've got a 24-volt bed now and a 24-volt power supply, I was actually able to get from CC Tree when I ordered some other stuff with them. The rep was kind enough to share that they ended up ordering some extra parts, and I got two 40mm 24-volt fans. So I think I'm going to utilize and take the motherboard one off and put that instead. That way I could use this 12 volts somewhere else, and then just tie in the 24 volt straight off of that power supply, and then use the other 24 volt maybe for either the Pi itself underneath, or yeah, might just do that. One for the Pi and one for the main board, since the 24 volt bed is only doing, or 24 volt power supply is only doing just the bed. It'd be kind of a win-win, I guess. Man, that bolt is on there. What a nut. Jeez. Let's swap this out real quick just so the... you know what? I'm gonna just pick it up, put it where it needs to go, and then we'll adjust fire from there. Alright. Yeah. Okay. Still got to print that screen piece. Blue spout. Extruder fan working. Alright. See if the feed gonna work. Oh yeah. Alright. Octoprint is up and running. That's always good signs. Alright. So there's a quick mess of thing down here. Alright, so what color should we load to do our test? Should we work on the hammer? Do the gray first, or what do you think? Something else? Feels good to have this thing up again. Let's see if it actually will print like it's supposed to. 2 CNC machines will be on the work area right now. Doing Octoprint on the reason. Yeah. Well, thankfully, you actually don't even need to buy a Pi to be able to do the Octoprint. I've actually been able to do it in a couple of different virtual environments and work just fine. I've got VMware, not VMware. What is the other stupid one called? Of course, my brain doesn't want to work tonight. Let's see if I can pull it up. Come on. Oracle VM, the VirtualBox. That's what I was thinking of. So I've got VirtualBox actually running 2. I've got a virtual Pi running full Octoprint. It's not turned on right now. But then I've got another that's running Arch Linux that it's actually running my filament database for all my Pis to connect and share how much filament is being used so that I can get everything going. Yeah, well, it depends. The Raspicam on the ANET is just the ribbon cable that goes right onto the Pi board for the direct connect. All the other printers are all USB webcams that are just plugged into the USB port right next to the USB for the printer itself. So that's the main way. But if you hosted, say, like from your PC and you put like a powered hub with a long enough cable for, you know, all your webcams to be pointed at your printers, it'd take a little bit of finesse, but you could assign each instance of Octoprint a virtual camera so that it sees it, and then each one would have its own like camera thing, but you're only using one PC to control all of those octoprints. So I mean, you could do it. A ton of cable, that's kind of negligible. It depends on your finesse with cabling. You might be able to do it pretty well. I mean, I personally would say, like, if you did if you had groups of printers, do like a small powered hub with all the USB cameras on it, and then one long one from that either to another hub to chain them, or just one long cable all the way to the computer and do that on the other ones. Yeah, 25 by 25. Yeah, I think like one long USB cable between all the hubs, and that way you can have short USB for just the webcam part itself would probably be a good idea. But it also depends on where, if you want to do like just a computer that's kind of more central, that way you run all the cables to it, even if it's only, you know, say 2 powered hubs, one on either side, but have like just a small PC with enough RAM that can handle it, like kind of pushed off into the corner without a monitor or keyboard kind of a thing, and you remote desktop into it to control everything. You could do that. If you send me some like blueprint rough drawing kind of a thing, or even, you know, paper napkin picture, even I can kind of visualize some cable runs for you, kind of work out with you on what options you might have. Jeez, that's a lot of RAM. All right, well, let's get the connect. Make sure that's working. There's the flash. Control. Let's get this thing. Yeah, we'll bottom to 0. Thinks it's home. Another ultra slow rise to the top. Yeah, I need to actually mount the camera, but I'm not talented enough in the design work there. But if anybody else is, I can give you what I need for the one missing mount piece, and then we can have the camera properly mounted on the bed. If that webcam's gonna get smushed. That shit looks right there. It's not a bad deal. $90 for another 128 gig. Jeez. All right. Let's see. Ah, there's the hammer. it's going crazy again. Alright. Wish I had some wood filament for that, for the handle. Yeah, I'm running off of a laptop. I've already maxed it out at 32 gigs, though it's an older generation. I used it back when I used to be in the Army. It was the only one that I found that actually has 4 slots for memory. So I've maxed it out at everything that it can handle. But I mean, 32 gigs, and it's running everything right now. It does my work and this, so can't complain too much. You should print the longer bed lowering set. I think this actually is the longer one. I don't think it's the short one. I could be wrong, but where did it just download? There it is, Hammer. Yes, I actually, it's been in the car, so it got a bit deformed, but I did one, and see if I can. Where is... do that. There we go. So yeah, the top color change here was actually I ran out of one white filament and I put in the other one, and I thought they were the same color because it looked like it, and it wasn't. Different brand, it made it look like crap. I mean, granted, it's only the very top edge, but I was like, oh, so irritating. Scott, you know you can always send me anything you want to test, because this thing's been what? I got this before Christmas? Yeah, so it's almost been a year, and it hasn't really printed much because I'm constantly tinkering and changing and doing all kind of stuff. So yeah, but yeah, that and all this I printed probably about 10 of these or so, and it's, I don't know if it'll come out. This was rough. I can't get it to, there we go. So it still has a lot of layer lines, and this was before I really figured out how to calibrate. So I haven't gotten back into it, mainly because I've been printing all the other part upgrades for every other printer. So as soon as I get that done soon, I'm gonna start getting back into litho paints. Of course, I got white now, so I mean I can always print it, reprint this as on the console, since it's not doing much anyway, and neither is ANET, so I could do either one. Let's see, hammer. I just unpacked it. Where'd it go? How does that happen? You tell it to extract. There it is. Okay. Alright, simplify. No. X file. Yep. Okay. Let's get the file. Let's do. Jeez. Okay. we will do the mount piece at least for now, because it's the biggest one. Let's check our settings real quick. PLA, we'll do a little bit of retraction. We'll get it all dialed up. We'll leave that alone. Alright, primary extruder, layer top 4, 4, 3. Just start off with 70 for right now. Make sure I got it going right. 10% refill. Okay. Prepare to print. Two hours. Jeez. Okay. Maybe let's try. Talking to me. Hour and 44 minutes. Yeah, if you're gonna play lithophanes, I would definitely say try to stick with one brand of white, and like even if you have other white, period, only use one set white for the lithophanes, just because when you start swapping it, it'll do like that, and it'll be off. But if you stick with the same brand, then all of your lithophanes will start looking the same. I've seen a lot of people do like different colors, different little things. Speed. Let's try how fast would 110 take it? Hour and 27 minutes. That might be. Let's see, tuning, yeah. So that'll run it just a little over. Let's try speed 20. So I got it up to 120 once before. Let's see if we can just do it again. Hour and 21 minutes. I don't think it's going to get much shorter than that. Time mount. All right. So we check tower plans. On edge is far better. What do you mean? Like I'm doing the. So don't do it like this. Oh, yeah. I find vertical works good, but also keep in mind bed movement. So, like on an A8, because the bed, moves back and forth, rotate your lithophane to be in line with that, so it'll print long ways, so it'll go with the movement. Because otherwise, if you have it going against it, then you may have it wobble and come loose. But if you go with it, it'll work a lot better. At least that's how I've been doing mine. Otherwise, if you have like a static bed that isn't moving, it really doesn't matter what orientation that, or you know, rotational wise, should be fine. Might even be able to get away with like on a Delta, if you have one of those, it's same thing. The bed doesn't move, but the head just kind of spirals around. I mean, you could pretty much print anything vertically and be good. It's pretty much the same all around. This is good orientation though, Scott. Are you talking about this one, or were you strictly just talking about the lift fans? Let's see, what color should we do this one? You think the base do this? I don't know how well it's coming in for green, but it's like Hulk green. Oh, so the background, it's like, yeah. All right. Well, if you could show me how to do it properly, because me doing color swaps, never really did them. That'd be a short changeover. Of course, the pillar is going to be that bottom part, or this very bottom edge, will all be. Oh well, you know, if I do that, then the pegs and the text will all be that. All right, we'll start with yellow, and then let's see if I remember how to do this. Variable setting. Straight 3. See, it's a 0.2, so 0.2. Sounds better. Oh. Split the process. There we go. Alright, so it's 2 processes. Stop at 3. You know what? I really don't know how to do it, and it'd probably take too long to figure it out. But Octoprint has a nice pause. I may just do that. So that's we will miles hour time. Where kilo I want green. Where's the green? Green. All right. Yeah, I need to rewatch the videos on how to set it up in S3D. I just watched it a few days ago and I completely forgot how he said to do it, but I need to get better on it. Aborting the print. You know, it's funny that you say about aborting the print because the main piece for the new extruder layout, which I don't even know where I tossed. Oh, there it is. So I mean, granted it was early on when I was printing it. I went to turn off the Tronxy with the Wi-Fi power, but I forgot when I reset up my router to adjust the IP address because I can never remember which one's which, and I hadn't tested it. So I was on the Tronxy page and I hit the Wi-Fi power to shut it off, and my ANET shuts off right on that print. I was like, are you kidding me right now? So needless to say, I had to swap over and print it, but I mean, part came out, you know, good. I can use it now, so I guess it wasn't for a loss. All right. Yeah. It's 200 milligrams each. So no, I know. Ibuprofen's a little bit less daily tolerance. Tylenol's 1,500, so I can take the 3 in an 8 hour. I think ibuprofen it's like 1,200 is max, and so you can take up to 6, I think, in an 8 hour period. So I guess depending on how that improves. Okay. to start. I don't like that camera right there. All right, where are we at? Temperature. All right, looks good. So let's print. Green. There it is. Start to print. All right. So you did the rail conversion. Oh no. Yeah. It's right. The rails are actually on the delta that's right in between. All right, Scott. Well, it looks like you're good luck for me tonight. All right, one down. Let's get another one going here. Delete that. Add in a new process. Let's do delta. Yes, save the changes. Delta. Let's do. Yeah, okay. So hammer time 1 is that's the handle. All right. Get that center. Yeah, and that's it. 50% just the base, or the 50% speed for the base layer. It doesn't look horrible, but I would need to do some calibration. I think I might have messed some stuff up. Oh well, we'll get it figured out. All right, 10%. We'll get that. So prepare to print. I'm thinking, I put 120 on the print speed. timer's gonna take 4 hours? Golly, even at only 10% infill, that's ridiculous. Okay, well. Yeah, I know. I'm surprised at how little I've had to tune this thing from stock, and it's just worked. I mean, your file and configuration, that's what I'm running. Everything seems to be doing great. It's given me very, very little issues, really. Let's try 0 infill. What will that change to? It's like not even really changing the print time like at all. That is sad. But I have to do infill because of the very top. You want to use it, make sure you have lots of shells. Yeah, I'm thinking that, I mean, if this 120 works decent with this blower, I may just crank it up to the 150 and then just do all my tuning from that point forward. But again, now that I've got that other quick adapter, which is the whole reason for all this, I guess I need to find a better mount for the fans and the cooling, because I really hate one-sided cooling because my cubes were coming horrible. I mean, you can even see some of the lines there aren't laying down perfectly flat. They're curling up a bit already just because, I don't know. It doesn't seem like it's cooling it right, but it looks like it might be blowing directly at the nozzle and not onto the part itself. So that cooling fan will not work well either. Do 20%, and then when about ready to do top layers, then add sand and finish the layers. Just this part you're talking about, the handle. Saying jump it up to 20%. Oh, the head. Yeah. Okay. I mean, it's probably just going to be more decorative than anything else. Yeah. Like, I save apparently 2 minutes by doing no infill versus 20% on this. I don't understand how that's even possible, but I mean, it is going so slow though. That is just, it's killing me. Why are you going so slow? It's at 75. I mean, outline, solid infill, under speed. I need to learn some of these settings because, oh, it is the same. Okay, well, I guess if that's what it is, prepare to print that. What do you think? Maybe like yellow, and then do a that PLA or plus like grayish color for the actual handle. I mean, for the head. Path. Oh, this thing's going nuts over here. Let's see what it's doing. Yeah. the refresh rate on the camera can't even keep up with it. Oh, that's hilarious. Man, that thing is zipping along. With the yeah, I wish I could hold it the whole time, but yeah, it's a little hard. Yeah, King, you need to see that. Those are pretty awesome. I'm close. This is 120, so we'll see how after this base layer goes, how much it really cranks it up. All right, so we did that one. So now we'll go over to ANET PLA. 20%. So we'll come back to that in a minute. All right, so let's get the hammer. Right. Yeah. King, it's on his Tronxy is the videos. That's what I'm trying to get mine up to. I'm at 120, so I'm not quite the 150, but yeah. Oh, you got both Cartesian? I guess I didn't notice it was that. All right, how much is no? I don't want spiral base mode. I said regular PLA. Oh, guess I did have that on there. Okay, 4, 3. Temperature. Ooh, all right, let's see if we can do good 65 on that one. I haven't really tuned my ANET very much. Hour and 34, that's not too bad. Still gonna be over the stream, but this one seems to be ooh. Jeez. Still cracking me up to see that thing moving that fast. Alright, so I don't know if you guys remember when I was telling you about how fast my phone, or my wife's phone, is deleting. So it is now on 113. So if I remember right, that would be now what? Almost 2 hours, and it's only gone from 30 to 113. I swear something has got to be going on with her phone, but that's why I'm trying to move off all the videos and pictures off of there to. So it's at 114. Out of 2 hours, it only went up 70, or about 80. You leaning on my door, baby girl? You're doing the like dance, so you need to go? Yeah, I figured.
I would take care of it. It takes me 20 minutes to get downstairs.
I know. May have to take a break here and take the dog out to go potty real quick. Let's see. Using firmware up. This should go pretty fast. Well, King, I mean, everything that you're seeing right now with this going 120, that is stock. That's the micro Swiss that came with it. Actually, everything on here, on the hot end, all of that is all stock. Even the fans, the crappy little radio fans. That's slow for the phone. Yeah, I know, right? Let's see. The other two are heating up. I'll change the filament real quick, and then we'll I'll take the dog out real quick and then let it print for a minute. Oh, hey Scott, I also didn't get to show you, but I did with that Wish $1 printer filament. I printed out one of the little sample spools that one of the guys made, so you can roll my like my mini master spool for that ABS stuff that I still have never used. But I got something ready. We're going to do this one too. I don't think we're on this today. I'll let you go in just a minute. Just relax. And let's get these going. Print. Print. Let's go. Yellow. Dark yellow. Print. Cancel. Yes, cancel. I need that to be gray. All right, well, 3 printers are going. All right, added G code, filament extrusion. I know, Sky, isn't that crazy? Nadal, what do you mean? Added the G code filament extrusion? You mean under my control tab? Or what are we talking about? Oh yeah, I have a little bit, almost like a prime. I'm tweaking it. I want it to do a lot like the Maker Farm, which does basically like the Prusa does, where it does a little filament line like right at the very edge. The Tronxy does it, but not really all that great. I still got to tweak it because I think it's going too slow to prime it. But so right now the ANET just, it moves over to the, like it just straight lifts from home, drops 15 millimeters of filament just to make sure that it's flowing, and then when it cuts across, that basically catches right on the outer edge and then drags it in. A lot of times it pulls it no problem, but lately it's been having weird issues. I tried to do the bed brush attachment. I don't have it really available, where you do the little bit of the brass bristles so that it kind of does a filament clean right, or the nozzle clean right before it moves over. But with the Ultra Base, it's too short, so the top of the bristles literally line up right at the top edge of the Ultra Base, so I can't get it to drop down clean and then lift back up and move over, or at least I didn't have time to really mess with the code and make it work right. So because the biggest problem would then be the part cooler. It would probably slam into the bed to get the nozzle low enough to touch the bristles. So I may have one of the guys try to help me extend it up a bit more and then try it again. But yeah, Scott, it's nice having all 3 printers printing at the same time. That's just like crazy. Yeah, I know. But that's why you got the other ones running. And here, we'll even, so we can, oop, we'll go to the, oh, why did that do that? Take that off of there. So we need that under repairs. Yeah, I tried to add in the other Maker Farm webcam, but it wasn't working right. So we're doing that one. And you can also, yeah, there you go. There's the Delta. That's the, on top of the Delta there, that's the auto level probe that I was talking about. You only magnetically put it on that bottom edge, right at the front by the nozzle, that other piece of metal there. That's the magnetic hold for the sensor. And then it just does a quick probe of the bed, but then homes up. And if you're not careful, you'll slam that into the bed. And I've done that many, many times already. But now I just set it up there rather than fully disconnect the cable. It's so much hassle. Oh, okay. Hold on, Scott. I can send that over in just a second. I like watching the X5 more. Man, look at that thing zipping around. Yeah, if I just had my regular glass plate, it would fit perfectly, but
Okay.
oh, let's see. Bucket O print parts. So I have this one, Scott. I wonder what you think. It's the, I mean, it'd take the 40mm fan, but now that I got the new, you know, quick disconnect, I should be able to throw that on. But it'll take the 40 in the front. I don't remember what file, but yeah, it'll sit like at a, let's see, be like that at a hard angle. If you think that would work, or I mean, the vertical fan doesn't work there. I still got this one. It'll take that little radial fan. Still does that hard angle. And it's got a, I think personally, it's got a better curve here. But then I still have the Hurricane mount. I broke the inside every time I've tried to connect it. So, but if that one will work better, I'll just reprint the inside in PETG and maybe try that. I don't know. Got so many parts here. Got parts for every printer. My big box of mix match. Do keep in mind though, if you are going to do that brush upgrade, you don't necessarily have to rotate the bed like that, though personally I think it's a lot better because, and I know people say stuff, let's see if I don't really have a camera other than this one that I can do, but I don't want to like shake it too much. But I do have a cable chain on the Y for the bed. I personally because it's ultra base, it's already the silicone wires, so I don't have to worry about that part of it. Plus, I put them in a wrap so that they don't rub extra. They're pretty. They still got some movement, but they're pretty well secure in there. But that cable chain makes it so much smoother. I don't have to worry about the wires snagging on anything. And personally, I just think it's a lot cleaner. Now they do have the cable chain where you can put it on the opposite side, so it's away from the nozzle, which is the main reason why I wanted to do that, but I didn't line it up correctly when I installed the bed. So I had to go back to the same size as the nozzle, but that's the only part that I don't like about the cable chain is when the A-net head rests in park, that cable chain is like right there. And so when I extrude the filament, it goes right on top of it. I had to pick it off. It's a thing that I just kind of deal with. I'm thinking of just dropping a little bit of the Kapton tape right over top of that, so it won't go into anything or melt anything kind of weird. But yeah, it's on there. I love it. If I didn't have the higher bed because of the ultra base, I definitely would have already put that brush on there. But let's see, everything is going. That's gonna do its infill for a minute. All right, I'm gonna try to take the dog out real quick, so I will be right back. Sorry about that. So far, no, I haven't really seen any issues with it. I mean, let's make sure it's. Well, I guess so, because it just it's layer shifted horribly bad. I guess 120 is a little too much for it right now. We'll go ahead and cancel that way. Not wasting any more filament on that. Darn it. So yeah. You can see it. Yeah, it shifted bad. I thought it was going to do so well. Maybe 120 was a little too ambitious for it. Well, I mean, I've got it. It's not tight. I mean, you can still, you know, it's got some play in it. But that's the far back position. That's already, I mean, that's like all the way to the back corner of the bed. So even if I go literally to the back corner, I mean, it is a little tight all the way. But by no means is it like hanking on it. But then again, I'm not going to that far back corner anyway. But yeah, I might need to just either get some new tubing or make some adjustments. I don't know. It's like three or four passes thick. But yeah, it's shifted pretty good. One thing I do notice right now is that extruder motor is pretty warm, like a lot warmer than I'd personally like. Wonder if that may have had anything to do with it too. Yeah, could be cable chain caught on the pulley. I don't know. Should I look at doing that mega gantry plates and everything? Because I mean, I've never really liked the way the stock bearings look. I mean, I really don't like one of the two motors overheating. Yeah, I may have this. I may have the voltage up too high. I don't know. I'll check that again. It was a nice run though. Nice to see it actually like was doing something. Been a long time since it's even done that. I may try to redo some of the wiring, give it a little more slack wherever I can. Just the heated bed is the only thing. Everything else is off the stock power supply, which is a 30 amp. I don't have any lights or anything on that one yet. But I may end up just going, because of the only being the bed on 24 volts, I may just get some 24 volt lighting and then run it off of that one. To be honest, Scott, I don't remember if I've adjusted the stepper drivers or not. It's been so long since I really messed with it, and that was even before the move over to here, so who knows. Well, Nick, you took forever. I mean, it was running, and then I got a major layer shift. But, I mean, I printed this good sized thing. It only was running for about, what, 20 minutes, if that. But yeah, it was doing pretty decent. I guess I jinked myself by taking the dog out and then saying, oh yeah, check it out. It's going super fast. That'd be my luck. I got plenty of green to work with. Now I just got to figure out a good alternate cooling solution, because even though this works, I don't know if I want to keep it. I mean, I printed all these. I mean, I got 3 pretty cool, you know, designs. My biggest problem was, yeah, I wanted to keep everything stock, but then as I'm looking, not everybody had the radial fan as stock on theirs. So I'll switch that over to. Need to get the extension up on this camera so it'll come down a little bit, because right now it's at the max position with the current holder that I got. I guess since it's not really running, I can check the voltage on it, see what the steppers are. Everybody get to these. This thing situated. So E is 1.36. Let's see. Z is 1.175. Whatever the next one is. 1.015. 1.101. Hopefully you guys can hear me. Oh man. Sent you the edited file for the brush, raised about 6 millimeters, but will need supports. Alright. Oh man, that hurts my back. And yes, I know I've done this many times. It's balanced between those two pieces. Get my finger there. Yeah, it's balanced so it holds. Okay, so that would explain why the motor is so hot. Let's see, where's your article? Maybe I should just, you know, go back to the basics. Pull up your article. Yeah, 1.36. Okay. There's stepper driver adjustment article. Scripts. Flashing the board. Power supply. Hot end rebuild. Flashing the firmware. X5 build. Power requirements. Stepper driver current adjustment. There we go. Come on, open. Z is low? Okay. Alright, there we go. Alright, so rest of the set for 1.1 to 1.2. Oh, okay. Oh, for extruder, set it from 0.9 to 1.1. Okay. So yeah, 1.36 is pretty high up there then. So what do you think? Probably just 0.9? And then just scale down Z to the 1.1, just like the other two. Okay, so X/Y we'll do, or leave it at the 1.1, and then Z. Okay, so do like 1.3. Okay, 1.1, 1.2. Okay. And then E to like, I think like 0.9 or 1.0, somewhere around there. Z 1.3 is fine. Okay. Oh. To 1.1. Okay. Oh. All right. Whew. All right. That'll take a lot out of you. All right, so X, Y are now 1.1. Ooh. Z 1.30. E 1.08. Alright, so hopefully that'll help with the cooling. Do you think by chance with the extruder getting hot like that, that it would have caused a layer shift? I mean, I don't think it would. I mean, you're right. It sounded a little bit more like something just got caught. Oh, okay. Well, you normally run a lot faster, so. Say hi to everybody. Yeah. A lot of stuff going on in here, huh? Can I say hi to the camera? No? You're just ready for bed, aren't you? Yeah. Say hi to everybody. Say hi. There we go. Yep. We'll be done in a little bit. We're about to wrap it up. Don't worry. Very protected. Oh, this dog. Currently. Scott, stop, man. Stop pointing out all the things that I'm messing up, okay? I don't like it. No, it doesn't have a fan on it. I forgot it, okay? God. So we were just gonna test, and I ended up like printing the whole, or trying to print an actual thing instead of doing what I said was just gonna test it. Yes, I know you know the printers. Alright, let's change out this fan. What seems pretty quiet, sorry. Me? Oh, Mia. Why are you getting so, like, depressed over there? Jeez. Don't worry, we're about to go to bed. Right. I just want to get this fan up and running. Restart that fan. Alright. Well, at least that part's on. I gotta finish the wiring part, but I'll try that up after. Let's see. Trying to bring it around. Can't even hear that. Yeah. If you decide to speed it up, you might need to turn up the bottom a little. Yep. We'll definitely check that. Of course, you know, using that sheet calculator that I made, it makes it really nice because if I run it at the actual speed I want to, then you'll get the proper calibration that it needs to be for the extrusion. So yeah, I'm gonna definitely run. I'll get this fan going. Maybe actually just do a couple of calibration cubes at the 150 and see what adjustments need to be made with that. I'm gonna wire this other 24 volt fan as well for the Pi, since that's what's controlling movement as well. That way, make sure it'll work like it's supposed to. We are printing that, Nick. Oh yeah, made by Scott. It's gonna be pretty awesome. Just hanging up on the wall there. But yeah. A lot of little stuff. Where did my JST box go? Oh, there it is. I wonder if I can get... maybe on the 5? I could do it on a 5. I wish I had a little breadboard attachment so I could attach some of this stuff a little easier. Since I'm not having to do the JST, so I'm just going to do a couple more of these little the 2-port receiver pin piece. I'm going to run two lines off of the power supply, probably on the same spoke because it's only 2 fans. Run that down, one to the board, one to the Pi, make sure both of them stay nice and cool, and we'll kind of go from there. Hey, it may be showing age, but you know, it's a classic, and I'm printing it, so you know, what does that say about my age? I love it. It's perfectly culture classic. It's good. We'll get that going. Alright, well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being a part of this craziness. Do this every Saturday night. I'm actually trying, now that I got some a good camera and studio lighting. I'll even show you real quick. See, I got this nice light box. And I got another one on that side. So yeah. Now that I actually got some decent lighting, I'm going to try to start doing some actually recorded videos of some of the stuff that I've done. I think I'm going to start with like all the upgrades and my process of what I've learned going through each of the printers. The last one probably is going to end up being this Tronxy because, I mean, I got to get it working first. Still got almost there, so I might do the other recordings to get a little more time to catch up. and then be able to do all this. So again, thanks for hanging out with me, and you know, like, subscribe, get notifications on this, spread the word. And you know, if you guys got any suggestions, stuff that, you know, maybe to try on next live, by all means, put a comment down below. Visit the Facebook page, you know, message out, whatever, and we'll throw stuff together. Like I said, I try to do this just based off of a normal household hobby budget, just kind of doing the thing. I'm surprised I've gotten a lot of these printers. Like that Maker Farm is actually like an $700 printer. Some guy was selling for like $100, so I scooped it up. The E10 that I've been waiting on the Y rods to come in because they were kind of bowed, but that's like a $400 or $500 printer. The guy that when I moved up here, he was selling his for about $100. So I seem to be like the $100 printer finder. So I'm always on the lookout for them, though I'm not allowed to buy anymore right now. But you know, I've got too many. But yeah, it's fun. I mean, I like doing this stuff. I like learning. Scott definitely is a big influence on this new Core XY. I love it. I just want it to work better, so I got more work to do, but it's a new technology, really. I mean, for me, started out with the ANET, so, you know, going from a regular Cartesian, then to the Core XY, and then into Delta. So I guess the last thing really is a hang printer, but I just don't have the room for it, so, you know. But I like to share the knowledge that I earn and learn and earn by doing it and learning from some of the best. And yeah, probably gotta buy some more or do some more vases so that wifey will be happy. She loves them so far, so I might as well keep it going, right? Well, again, thanks for hanging out with me, joining, and we'll see you next weekend, hopefully. Thanks.